Teaching and Learning at the Tanglewood Preserve just off of Peninsula Boulevard in Rockville Center. It's a beautiful place where something is always going on. Let's go and take a look. I'm with Ray and Hevesy, Director of the Center for Science Teaching and Learning at Tanglewood Preserve. How are you?
I'm great, Carson. How are you?
I'm good. What do you do as director here?
Well, the director of any organization has to make sure everything is running properly, so it means that we have to have staff here and ready to do our programs. Our animals have to be taken care of, the place has to look nice, and we have to be ready to go.
What kind of training and education do you have?
Well, I have an undergraduate degree from Connecticut College in biology and education, and I have a doctorate from Columbia University in education and biology.
The Center for Science Teaching and Learning is a non-for-profit organization whose mission is to encourage science learning and literacy. They give children and adults the opportunity to study science topics in an exploratory and inquisitive way. Can you tell us more about your mission and how you teach people here?
Sure, we teach by doing. We want kids and we want parents and we want adults to just get in there and try things. So when we're trying to teach about science, we do it in a way that helps them to be more hands-on. So they might be building a solar boat, or they might be building rockets, or they might be doing a pond study where they're actually in the pond and taking samplings. So we always teach by doing, because we find once people do, then they really understand.
What is the difference between a park and a preserve?
That's a great question, Carson. It really is. A park is a recreational place. So you'll see swing sets and people come with balls and they play ball and frisbee. At a preserve, it's a place where you come and enjoy nature. So you're not going to see playgrounds or parks or people playing baseball or softball or anything like that.
What kind of programs do you have here?
We have programs for kids. So we do programs in the summer. We have a science camp in the summer. Every time school's out, we offer something here for the kids. So instead of maybe sitting by the TV, they're here doing some really fun stuff. We have programs for families that they can come and learn here together. We have night hikes, which are cool. We also do fun events, like we have Spooky Fest, where we haunt the woods, and we do a spring festival. So we have stuff going on all year round here.
Can people just come to walk around and explore around?
Sure. We have trails that go through the woods, trails that go around the pond. You're welcome to come here anytime that it's open.
Tell us about your current exhibits.
We have a live animal exhibit. We want to teach people a few things about animals. Number one, before you get a pet, think about what pet you're getting and can you really take care of it? Because many of our animals come to us from people who no longer can care for their pets. And we also want people to understand the beauty and the diversity of the living things. So we have reptiles and we have birds, we have mammals, we have all kinds of animals. And some of the animals come to us because they've been hurt and they can't be released back into the wild. So we give them a permanent home.
What kind of education and training do staff members go through so they can educate visitors?
Well, they're going to learn all about the animals, right? And they're going to learn about about the outdoors. Most of our staff has a science background or a biology or a natural sciences background. So they're coming here, they're going to learn about the plants and the animals that live here. And that's most of the people here have that kind of a background.
What was this place before it became a preserve?
It was the estate of a person who owned this. So you see the main house is what we call the manor house. It was the in fact, my office is the master bedroom of the manor house. So this was an estate that belonged to someone who then gave it to for the public to use as a preserve.
Which buildings are original buildings here?
You're asking some really interesting questions, and I'll tell you why. We thought this building that was built in 1873 was the original building. But now we're finding out that there was actually a Revolutionary War battle fought here, and that the prior house is actually further down in the property. And the reason why we know that is because when we were digging up some of the preserve to make a community garden, we were finding things from the 1700s.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, old bottles, and we found a musket ball. So we found all types of things. In fact, we've been toying with the idea of having a college professor come here and work with kids like you and start an archaeological dig to discover what else might be here.
Where does the water in the river and pond come from?
Two places. If you go further north in Hempstead and a little further, there are some springs that feed all of the streams here. The other place is from the street, the rainwater. This becomes an area where if you see the metal drains in the ground, the rainwater comes into those metal drains and comes out into these streams, which is why we try to explain to people it's bad to throw your cups on the ground, because if you throw them on the street and the rainwater takes them, where do you think they end up, Carson?
Well, the cup would end up in the pond.
Exactly. And that's what we're trying to get people to understand.
And if people kept doing that, the garbage would just get all in the pond.
Yeah. In fact, we have an area where we have to clean it out every few weeks because it just gets so much trash. So that's where our water comes from. And the water eventually goes to the ocean. It goes down south to Smith Pond, and the streams sometimes go underground and sometimes pop up again, and then it eventually ends up at the Atlantic Ocean.
How many beehives do you have here?
We have 1 indoor beehive and we have 6 outdoor beehives.
What do you do with the honey that the bees produce?
Well, some of it the people who help to take care of the bees use. Some of it we sell in the gift shop because a lot of people like local honey. It's delicious. Have you ever had any?
No.
You should try some. Yeah.
What kind of animals do you have here?
Other than people, we have we have a couple of alligators. We have some owls. We have some goats. We have some snakes. We have a chinchilla. We have rabbits. We have bearded dragons, which, by the way, are the proud parents of 11 babies. We have flying squirrels. We have sugar gliders. I'm forgetting some, but we have a lot. And lots of geese and ducks.
Okay, I thought there would be less than that when I asked you that question. Can people volunteer to help you?
Absolutely. Kids often volunteer as long as they're in high school. They can volunteer, or younger kids can volunteer if they come with their parents. And we have adults that volunteer, so it's nice because we have people of all different ages.
I see you have solar panels back there. How much energy does it supply in this entire building?
You know, we're even surprised, but it provides all the electricity for all 3 buildings. We didn't think it would because, you know, we're in the north and sometimes it's cloudy and rainy, but we get all of our energy from our solar panels. We're thrilled. We're just excited.
Thank you for talking with me.
You're welcome, Carson. Good to see you.
Many of the things here you could do at Tanglewood Preserve is look at the pond. There's geese here. You could sit down, feel the breeze through your hair, or even take a picnic here like I did. Well, some of the places are near the 3 houses that were actually here a couple of years ago still. If you have to throw your away, don't just throw it in the street, because this is where it ends up. It doesn't look very good, does it? So, you should put garbage in the trash because it would end up where I am right now. So, you should always clean up after yourself. Here are the bees. Is he taking honey? Oh, he is taking honey. There are a lot of nice paths to take here at Tanglewood Preserve, but you should always stay on the path. You could you could even crush a creature's home. One of these plants could be a creature's home. So stay on the path. So right now, I'm behind the main Tanglewood Preserve house. And there's a lot of birds here. There's an owl right there. There's 2 ducks over there. There's 2 ducks over there.
All right, Peyton, let's go look at the ducks and the geese.
And there's a goat over there. Or a sheep, I don't know.
I'm hungry. I want to go eat.
And there's a butterfly garden over there. A pond with turtles. There's a pond with turtles, too. So... If you're lucky, you can catch a glimpse of a turtle in the pond. So, we've seen everything that's in the back, so we're gonna go to one more place. Okay, so we're here. There's a bunny, there's some birds over there, there's the other entrance, and there's an alligator. Right there. There's a bearded dragon right over here. And I have no idea what's in there. There's a lizard. Oh, it says here, frilled lizard. And here's supposed to be a boa constrictor. Two more here. And supposed to be, there's a giant boa constrictor here. It's pretty big. And really long. I'm here at Tanglewood Preserve talking with Christopher Kircher. Christopher is here working on a project to earn his Eagle Scout badge. How old are you, Christopher?
I'm 12 years old.
What troop are you from?
I'm from 24 and 121.
How long have you been in scouting?
Since first grade.
And what grade are you in now?
7th.
Can you tell us about your project?
Building a Indian village. I'm actually building a longhouse and a wigwam.
Are you building this all by yourself?
No, as you can see here, I have a lot of work and a lot of help.
How long did all of your planning and pre-building work take?
About 6 months.
How long do you think it will take to finish your project?
About maybe 3 more months.
Why are you building it here at Tanglewood Preserve?
Because they've done a lot of programs for me and they've helped me a lot, so I wanted to give back to them.
When will you become an Eagle Scout?
Late summer or like towards early fall.
Tell me about your fundraiser.
I'm doing a pancake breakfast in Applebee's in New Hyde Park.
Thank you for talking with me. Good luck with your project.
Thank you.
I'm Carson Libby, and this is Youth View. Right now, I'm here with
Robert Statler.
If you could go anywhere, where would you go?
I'd go Virginia because it's nice and peaceful down there. It's really nice.
And what's your name?
Luke Statler.
Where would you like to go and why?
I would want to go to Hawaii to see my uncle.
My grandma lives there.
Oh, nice to know.
But my second favorite place I'd like to go is here at the wigwam with my best friend, Chris.
Me too. Because I think it's fun doing Christopher Kircher's Eagle project, and I'm having a lot of fun.
And I thank you to both of you.
What?
Thank you to both of you.
No problem.
You're welcome.
My buddy here wants to say, come over to Tanglewood. It's a really amazing place. I'm Carson Libby, and this is Youth View.